Hey WWE Universe, so it's that time. It's the My Raw review, and let me tell you, Raw after WrestleMania is always huge. And this Raw was definitely no exception. I feel like this was probably one of the biggest Raws after WrestleMania in a long time. So let's get started. First, we have Daniel Bryan, the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, addressing the WWE Universe. And he came out to just the entire arena doing the yes chants, and that's always so amazing to see when just the entire arena does it. And he talked about how he worked so hard and none of this would be possible but without his fans, and everybody chanted you deserve it, and it was just so great that he finally has the opportunity to be the champion. And then Triple H and Stephanie come out to say that Triple H is getting a title match tonight, and he wasn't going to get in the ring because he was so angry, and Daniel Bryan just rubbed it in his face that he's the champion. I'm sorry, that's like this piece of hair. And it was just hilarious. So later in the night, we have a title match, and I was kind of mad because I felt like they were going to screw Daniel Bryan over. But it's Raw after WrestleMania, you have to make it big. Next, we have the Wyatt family versus John Cena, Sheamus, and Big E. I was kind of surprised they did this just because John Cena had wrestled Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania the night before, and I'm really getting mad that they're still making John Cena look like he's afraid of Bray Wyatt. This is like, really, is that all John Cena's gonna be now? Like, that he's not in the title matches? Are they just gonna make him look like he's afraid of everybody? And that just makes me angry. But in the end, it was a really good match. I feel like the entire arena wanted the Wyatt family to win. And in the end, Bray Wyatt hit Sister Abigail on Big E and picked up the win. And I kind of wasn't surprised because I felt like they weren't going to let Cena's team, kind of win, and that would make it another win for Cena. So I kind of felt like that was going to happen. But I mean, it was a good match. It was just, I felt like it wasn't enjoyed by everybody like it could be. Next, we have Santino and Emma versus Fandango and Summer Rae. And did anybody see Fandango's outfit with that big peacock thing on his shoulders? That was wonderful. I hope he wears that again. It was a really quick match, but it was a good match because I just love Fandango, and the whole arena was Fandangoing. That was great. But Fandango got hit with the Cobra, and Summer Rae tapped out to Emma, so I don't know, I like Emma, but I think she would be a lot better without Santino, but it was still a good match. Next, we have Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar coming out to talk about the streak. And I think Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar were probably the most hated people in the entire world. Like, even if people didn't like John Cena, at that moment, Brock Lesnar was the most hated man in the whole world, and he had a black eye. But Paul Heyman did all the talking and just rubbed it in everybody's face that the streak had been broken, and that, Undertaker did suffer a concussion and a neck injury, and Mr. McMahon did leave after that match to be in the ambulance and at the hospital with the Undertaker, which I think is so amazing that you care about somebody so much that you're going to leave the biggest show of the year just to be with him at the hospital. And Paul Heyman discussed that, if Undertaker would have stayed in the match or would have won, his neck would have been broken and his skull would have been cracked. So that was a pretty big thing, but I think everybody's still kind of heartbroken over the streak ending, and I think nobody wants to hear about it, so just leave us alone. Next, we have the Usos in a title match against Batista and Orton, which Triple H put for that night. He said Batista and Orton would be getting their rematch for the title, but tonight it was Triple H's turn, which I think is so wrong because Triple H just needs to go back to his desk and stop being involved in wrestling, right? It's just really annoying, or at least leave Daniel Bryan alone, or at least give the champion his rematch tonight. That's just ridiculous. You're not special and you get a rematch. So, really, it wasn't even a match. Batista and Randy Orton just destroyed the Usos, and it was just a count out. That's how the Usos retained their title, is from a count out. Both of them were counted. Both teams were counted out, but Batista and Randy Orton just destroyed the Usos. I mean, they had no chance. So I'd kind of like to see this continue, but I feel like it's really not going to continue with Randy and Batista kind of hating each other. But I feel like they could work good together. Next, we have RVD returning, which I wasn't that excited about, but you know, he's just not really my favorite. But a lot of people were excited to see him back. He went against Damien Sandow, and it was a pretty quick match. He hit Sandow with a 5-star frog splash. Don't know where my words are today. To defeat Damien Sandow. So I don't know. I just feel like Damien Sandow was this big guy, and now he's just a jobber. I think it's sad. And I didn't really enjoy the match. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't care about RVD. I didn't care that he was returning. I hate that talented men are put down just to make somebody that has been gone for a while look good. That's sometimes really annoying. And finally, we have Bad News Barrett wrestling. Can I just say how excited I was? Because I don't think anybody understands how excited I was. He went against Rey Mysterio, which I was like, oh, he's gonna break something, watch out. It's not nice, but it seems like he breaks something every time he wrestles. So, Bad News Barrett hit the Bull Hammer to defeat Rey Mysterio, and I think the whole crowd went completely insane because we've just been hearing Bad News Barrett for so long, and he's finally in the ring, and I really hope they continue on this kind of upward thing with Bad News Barrett, Wade Barrett, whatever you want to call him. Next, we have Alexander Rusev, which, please, I'm sorry if I butcher his last name, with Lana, who is absolutely stunning. And I think it's so cool, like, her Russian is just, I kind of wish I could speak that just because she sounds so good talking. Defeating Zack Ryder, which was so sad. It was such a quick match. I don't know how to say his submission hold that he beat Zack Ryder in, but was submission hold that he won with. He does not wear shoes in the ring. Ugh. God, that's so gross. It just makes me want to, like, crawl into a hole. Why do you not wear shoes? Your feet, you're walking around in the back for God knows how long without shoes on, and then you're going down the ramp that other people have previously walked on, and then you're kicking somebody, like, in the face or in the head, and your dirty feet are all in their air. Ugh. That's the one thing I can't handle about Alexander Rusev. Just put some shoes on, put some slippers on, put a pair of socks on. Ugh. And also, because he is from NXT, I did want to say that we see Bo Dallas is going to be debuting sometime. And also, oh my god, what is his name? Rose. I can't think of his name right now. You guys know who I'm talking about. Rose, that's all that pops in my head because I remember his tour bus had roses all over it. I can't think of his first name. I know it. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't say it. Oh my god. You guys know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. But it's so cool that all these NXT people are coming up. And next we have Ultimate Warrior addressing the WWE Universe. And it is so great when you see people that used to wrestle come back and just, you can tell they loved what they did and they still love being a part of the WWE and being able to see fans and put smiles on people's faces. And that was kind of the whole thing the Ultimate Warrior talked about. And it was just great. I think it's great that he thinks so highly of making somebody smile or making a little kid happy or giving somebody a hug. I think that's just wonderful, and it really shows you that, yeah, these people are famous, but they're just like us, and they care. You're, especially children or people with, maybe children that are Make-A-Wish or people with disabilities. They're always, I'm not saying they're not nice to normal people, but I feel like they put a lot of extra effort into that just to see these people that you don't know if, some of them are terminally ill, you don't know when you might see them again. So just to put the smile on somebody's face, I think it's just wonderful that wrestlers, especially somebody older like the Ultimate Warrior, still enjoy doing, and I think that's so wonderful. Next, we have Paige, who came out while AJ Lee was talking about she's the best diva in the world. She saved the Divas division. Just, on her high horse, thinking she is everything in a bag of chips. Which, don't get me wrong, I love AJ Lee. But it was just funny. She said she's the best diva in the world. And everybody in the arena started chanting CM Punk. And as you all know, AJ Lee is engaged to CM Punk, and I just think it's so funny that she said that. I was like, oh god, here come the chants. And so Paige comes out to just congratulate AJ Lee, and if you guys don't know, Paige is NXT, and she is the NXT Divas Champion, or Women's Champion, Divas Women, whatever you want to say. She's the champion. So she comes out, and AJ's like, you know what, since I did so good last night, we're going to have a match, and it's going to be for my title. Paige hit AJ Lee with the Paige Turner and became the new Divas Champion. I kind of teared up because, seeing somebody that young, she's 21 years old, to have 2 titles, to have just come up into NXT, and then to come up into the WWE, being such a strong kind of, everybody calls her the anti-diva. She's not the typical prissy girl. She's kind of like, like I said, like the anti-diva. And I just think it was so great. And I'm so glad that all these NXT rookies are coming up to be, hopefully big names in the future. And I think Raw was all about letting the new guys kind of slowly come up, and I think that's going to be great. I'm really excited to see where this goes. Next, we have Hulk Hogan presenting Cesaro with the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal trophy, because Cesaro did win that match at WrestleMania. And Zeb Coulter kind of takes the mic from him, and you can see Cesaro isn't happy. And we find out that Cesaro is a Paul Heyman guy. So Paul Heyman goes from being the most hated person in the arena, like Brock Lesnar, to being like the most loved person. I think that was insane, and that was just perfect. And so Zeb was just kind of like, what? I made you. You weren't even a real American, and I made you one. And it was just perfect. And so Jack Swagger was not happy. He came out and attacked Cesaro and also broke the trophy. Please tell me that was a fake one. I don't think they would put all that time and effort into a trophy just to break it. I think they probably made a fake one, because I feel like if it was really that good of a trophy, it wouldn't have fallen apart in 2 seconds. Jack Swagger is a huge guy and just threw it against, just broke it in half, and it kind of broke me. I was like, please be a fake trophy, because, ugh. So then that leads us into Cesaro versus Jack Swagger, and Cesaro beat Swagger by a countout, so it wasn't really that long of a match, but it was a good match, because I think Cesaro is just really progressing. I think he's really going to be one of the main players we see coming up this year, and that is amazing. And now that he's a Paul Heyman guy, it makes it even better. I don't know another word better than amazing, but seriously, WWE knew how to get everybody just going insane. You thought WrestleMania was good? Raw is just, 5,000 stars for Raw last night. And last but not least, we have Triple H versus Daniel Bryan for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Now, first, we see Daniel Bryan getting beaten up by Randy Orton, Kane, and Batista. And then Triple H comes out, and I was like, come on, don't do this. This is disgusting. Don't let it go like this and ruin everybody's night and have like this huge riot. We don't need that. So then the Shield comes out and helps Daniel Bryan. And so Roman Reigns did spear Triple H, which is why it was a disqualification. But as you know, with a disqualification, the champion does not lose their title. And I was really surprised that Triple H didn't say, oh no, that's not happening, I'm the champion. I'm really surprised that didn't happen. So then we see Daniel Bryan attack Triple H, and then it's kind of almost like an evolution thing going on. just Ric Flair being replaced by Kane. And so, are we going to see coming up that it's going to be like a new evolution versus the Shield and Daniel Bryan? Which would be great because that is going to be something I'm really interested in seeing. So, 1,000,000 stars for Raw last night. That is one of the most insane Raws I have seen in a long time. So, just, I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Let me know what your favorite part of Raw was last night. I can't get over how great it was. And also, if you watched the Hall of Fame last night after Raw, I did, and it's just great. I mean, I did watch it previously, but I just rewatched it because I couldn't sleep. But just the Hall of Fame always makes you like emotional and happy and just so happy to see people that inspired you or your favorite wrestlers to become what they are now. And just 10,000,000 stars for Raw. I can't get over how awesome it was. So let me know what you guys thought, and I will see you soon. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye.